Disclaimer, I do not own any of the photos or figures in this video. They are owned by Hasbro, Takara Tomy, and their respective parties. Thank you, and enjoy the video. Hello YouTube and universe, and welcome to Scarstar Productions. I'm your host Morro, here to bring you everything new on your favorite brands and more. And today we'll be looking at some new stuff for Transformers Earthspark. But before we begin, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification so you don't miss another video like this. Because maybe a small click for you guys, but it's a big help for me. Thank you. And without further ado, let's begin. Now, we are 1 week away from the Transformers G1 screening that will have the first 4 episodes as a movie. And during that, we'll be getting some information about Earthspark. So that means more stuff will be coming up to that event. Now, right now while I'm recording this, we just got some new information about the figures coming out for the Warrior class in Season 2. Now, the figures we'll be talking about are going to be one of the new figures and a Warrior class of Hashtag. And we'll be starting off with the new character. That new character's name is Spitfire. Now, we already knew we were going to get 2 new characters in this, Spitfire and Aftermath. But we didn't know what they were going to look like. And thanks to us seeing what Spitfire looks like, we can guess what Aftermath will look like as well, since you can't have Twitch without Thrash, so that means you can't have Spitfire without Aftermath. But that's just my theory. But speaking of the figure, starting off with the packaging, now these are the same kind of Warrior class figures that we've seen in Wave 5. Basically, they have a gimmick where one of them can ride on top of the other vehicle mode, which is kind of similar to the Cyber Combiners, the one with the Molto kids, but it's different because they ride them instead of actually turning into a lower or upper half. Another thing the packaging says is this is a Chaos Terran. Now, I don't know what that means in particular, but it has huge implications since that means this is a completely new kind of Terran that no one has seen before. And I find that amazing that they're still coming up with new ideas for this series. But my question is, what are they exactly? Are they just evil clones of the Terrans? Are they something else entirely? It's just got my mind thinking right now, and I love it. But moving on to her color scheme, and I really like it. The teal really blends perfectly with the mold, and I like how her eyes are yellow and purple instead of the yellow and orange that Twitch had. Another thing that you'll notice on the box art is that Spitfire is classified as a Decepticon instead of a Moltobot like most of the other Terrans. Then again, that might just play into how she's a Chaos Terran instead of a regular one. And thanks to an interview by the creators of Earthspark, we know that the Terrans will go on their most important adventure yet. And I think that's where we'll see the Chaos Terrans appear. Now, moving on to the actual figure, for robot mode, I have to say it looks pretty good for a recolor. The only thing, though, is I wish they would have gave it a little bit more flair to it. Now, I get this is just a basic figure and all, but you can still add a little bit of flair to it. Moving on to the vehicle mode, and for Spitfire, it looks great. I absolutely love the green instead of red when it comes to this. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the red that they use for Twitch and all, but the green just does something else to it. It makes it feel new. And on the back of the packaging, you can also see the combine mode that she has, and as you can see, her legs turn into laser cannons, which I think is cool and all, but I feel like they kind of done something else with it, if I'm being completely honest. Now, that's it for Spitfire. Moving on to the next figure, we have Terran Hashtag. Now, the Hashtag didn't really get a good figure during Season 1. The best we got was one of those little thumb puppets that really didn't do much. All they did was turn into a vehicle, and just when you stick them on your finger and roll them, they turned into a thumb puppet. That was really it. But with this, it just looks amazing. Now, one thing is, if you look at the PNG render of Hashtag, you can see that it looks different than her actual show model for Season 1. One thing is, she has the Moltobot insignia on her, and 2 is that her body is slimmed down. So that means just one thing. The Hashtag has a new vehicle now, which we will talk about when we get to the vehicle mode of the figure. Now, aside from the packaging, I'd say the figure looks perfect. I only have 2 complaints about it. The first one is that the visor isn't clear plastic, so we can't really see Hashtag's face, which is disappointing because she's the most expressive one in the group. And that it has a slender design because If you know the model for hashtag in season 1, you know that she was a bulky character, so seeing her have a slender design kind of looks weird, even though I already know she's going to be getting a new vehicle mode. It just looks weird to me. But other than that, I feel like this is a good figure. Moving on to her vehicle mode, and it seems to be a pickup truck this time, so it's not going to be a ghost van like it was in season 1. Now, I have a theory for this. What if hashtag scanned the park ranger truck that Dot used in season 1? Because it will make more sense to why her vehicle mode looks different. And if you look at a picture right here, they look exactly the same. It's just a theory though, but hopefully I'm right on this one. But yeah, that's just a theory. Now, I really do like this, but I wish they added a little bit more color to it because the truck needs more color to it. I'm not complaining at all because I know this is a basic figure, but they could have done a little bit more so it would stand out because hashtag's one of the main characters. And if you look at how they did Jawbreaker and Thrash in the basic figures, I mean, even Twitch as well, they look all accurate to the show. But hashtag is just like, it needs more color to her. Now, for the back of the packaging, it just goes over how many steps it takes to transform, but we also get to see what her combined mode for Spitfire looks like. And as you can see, her legs go over her shoulders, and they actually turn into cannons, which actually is pretty cool. And it reminds me of, I think it was Jetfire from Energon, because when he became an upper torso, it was just like he had cannons on there as well. And I really like that about the figure. But that's it for the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. And remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification so you don't miss another video like this. And we also have a Discord now if you guys ever want to join. And if that's it, that's a wrap. Fade to black.